kuntul Paris, hulupis kuntul Paris, hulupis kuntul Paris, hulupis kuntul Paris. Jogja, Jogja, tetap istimewa, istimewa negerinya, istimewa orangnya. Jogja, Jogja, tetap istimewa.
Yogyakarta is also a famous city for tourism, which is also not less special with other cities, but culinary tourism and nature tourism as well as historical tours. Yogyakarta is one of the mandatory destinations for the traveler and also backpacker. Yogyakarta is also a special city that become a lot of the purpose of the student to get education. That makes the city of Yogyakarta get one of the nickname of the city study.
Bukan hanya daerahnya, tapi juga karena orang-orangnya. Jogja, Jogja, tetap istimewa, istimewa negerinya.
Besides what else, the city of Yogyakarta able to conjure its visitors to long for and want to always return to this million memory city. Anything special from Yogyakarta city? One of them is the Vredeburg fortress, which we have covered below. Check it out.
Vredeburg Fortress Museum, which is located at 0 km area of Yogyakarta city, makes an appeal for tourists. This fort is surrounded by ancient buildings of Dutch relate such as Great House, Ngejaman Cards, Senisono Building, BNI Office in 1946, Post Office, Bank of Indonesia and Society Militaire. Therefore, Vredeburg Fortress Museum becomes tourist destination that is unique and distinctive culture in Yogyakarta. In its service to society, Vredeburg cannot be separated from the elements of education because basically a museum has to function as a recreation and a place of education. The information related with the historical, cultural, and noble values of struggle conveyed to the younger generation in enlightenment knowledge, which is derived from the education and entertainment. Thus, Vredeburg, which is known as a museum, has been attached to the city of Yogyakarta. The historical background of Yogyakarta city as the Sultanate of Yogyakarta, or the capital of the Republic Indonesia, cannot be separated with the history of Vredeburg. However, Vredeburg preservation as a museum is not meant to glorify the colonialism symbol. The only goal is meant to get a new function that can provide information and inspiration of the national struggle for future generations.
Jogja is a beautiful city, right? And one of them is Vredeburg Castle. I want to show you in Levitasi place. You can see, look at that, the two scenery, the temple, and one of the two stages is a famous.
Hello guys, we are from Portugal and we can explore the Vredeburg Museum, and this museum is very near from Malioboro, right? And you can buy the ticket is just 3,000, like this. Okay. So next to the
Vredeburg Museum, there are 4 dioramas. And now I'm in second diorama. And in second diorama, there are consist of 19 dioramas. Let's see.
The second diorama consists of so many stories about the history of independent struggle of Indonesia in proclamation era, which began when the 9th Sultan Hamengkubuwono led a meeting to support the proclamation, took over Sinar Matahari printing office and changed its name to become Kedaulatan Rakyat, shot down Hindu flag and fluttering Indonesia flag at Cekan Kandai building, the Noboyo Museum by the Army of Alice, the forming of military school in Yogyakarta, Youth Congress in Yogyakarta, the historical of the founding of Gajah Mada University, until the changing of the capital country from Jakarta to the Yogyakarta.
This is the information of diorama. This is the 14th diorama. This diorama is here, and the 15th is here. And I will explain about this. So you can see the information from digital. And now next. Newspaper in 1945 until 1949, and this is so unique. You can see, and this is the picture when the newspaper.
Now I am in the third diorama. It's located behind the second diorama. This diorama consists of 8 dioramas. You see it? Let's check it out.
The third diorama comprises by so many stories about the historical of Indonesia's post-independence, begins from the first general election or pemilu at Yogyakarta. There is also Colombo meeting at 1959, the first seminar of Pancasila, the declaration of Tri Komando Rakyat or Trikora as the effort to liberate West Irian, the communist rebellion in Yogyakarta tragedy in Yogyakarta, the meeting to destroy the communist rebellion in Yogyakarta town square, until the delivery commendation from President Suharto about the guidance of Pancasila practice to celebrate Dies Natalis Gajah Mada University at 1974. The fourth diorama consists of the tragedy since there was Renville Agreement at 1948 until the Sovereignty Convention of Republic of the United States of Indonesia at December 29, 1949. Besides that, there are so many historical things which decorate in the glass. The objects, among others, the feeding devices of Mr. Sumarjono, someone who gave his house to live all Indonesian hero when the colonial military aggression tragedy. There is also a kentongan that became an effective thing to communicate when the colonials succeed to dominate Yogyakarta at 1948. There is also a unique thing that is a big computer on the wall they use for playing a nationalist game. There is also a narrow room from so many stones that present the arrest of national heroes to the colonials.
The museum includes a collection of old photographs, historical objects, and replicas. A diorama portraying Indonesia's journey for independence is also displayed in the museum. The original design included 93 of this diorama showcase, however, when the museum opened in 1992, only 30 of them were finished. Another 80 showcases have been added as of March 1996. All events depicted in the dioramas showcase took place in Yogyakarta and its surrounding regions. The dioramas cover various events from the capture of Pangeran Diponegoro in 1830 to Sukarno's return to Jakarta in 1949. The dioramas are divided into two sections. One depicts remarkable events, such as the founding of Muhammadiyah or Mahfizu, and another focusing on war and struggle, such as guerrilla warfare during the Independence War.
Many beautiful places and has so many various culture, local language, ethnic and so on. But we are still one in Bhinneka Tunggal Ika.
You will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. That is it.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Hope